Hey guys, sup, Ryu here for the Yugioh Sorry for hearing the fan back. My computer runs pretty warm in here, so I try to just keep a fan on to keep it nice and cool. And we're talking about Blue Eyes combo today. We're talking about the combos you can make, why I made some choices in the extra deck, and just all the sort. So, if you haven't seen the deck profile, I'm going to leave a link down below for you to see it, and then we can go from there. So, the biggest change for, our combos is going to come from Blue Eyes Alternative, because now it's like running almost 8 Blue Eyes. That's pretty much kind of the concept. Some people only run 1. I'm going to go into why you should run 2 momentarily. So, I'm going to talk about my deck, basically because that's why you guys clicked on the video and why I still think Maiden's good. So, you can target Maiden with Sage, and then Sage obviously is going to net you a White Spirit Dragon, but you could also net yourself with Blue Eyes. Now, it doesn't have to be from the deck or the hand, it could be from the grave as well, which is always great when it comes to Maiden. Talking about Maiden there, and basically from here, easy, like, oh look, I got Sage, I'm gonna target Maiden, and go from there. I'll also talk about why Maiden's still pretty good. From here, you can make any of the rank 8s, or obviously this, I call it the clusterfuck, which speeds up your deck. Then you can make the Heretic Sun, but none of this stuff targets, all this stuff targets. What if I want to make something that doesn't target Ryu? Well, that's why we got the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, because you can make this off that one play there that I did in the deck. Now, some people don't like Maiden. I'm going to talk about exactly why they don't like Maiden and why I like Maiden, which may sound a little kind of like self-contained about myself, but trust me, it's not. Maiden's a pretty slow card now. It doesn't take a genius to really realize that because, to get her effect off. I just gave you pretty much the prime example, keyword the prime example, that how you're going to bring that out, right? But that's only one way. The other way is pretty much going to be Felgram. I didn't use the new, the Blue Eyes Field card because, honestly, it's cloggy. It's not because it's slow, it's because it's cloggy. And when you have something like Alternative Dragon in the main deck, changing the way the skeleton should be, and then you have the field that's dumping Blue Eyes, you're getting 2 different engines going at once that you don't want. And what I'm trying to say is, like, the field is going to send your Blue Eyes, and then you're going to get these that are dead. And unless you have White Stone to send to the graveyard, what are you really going to do? So that was one of the, thought processes going in. I'm like, maybe I should just cut Maiden out and cut my losses. The reason I stuck with Maiden, when you make a big play, and I've talked about this before, the deck is, like, super aggressive. I make a giant play. I don't really have anything, to recover off of, outside of maybe this card here, the White Stone or the Ancients. This is like the one card you use to recover, right? Maybe I use a skill charge. But those are situations that you have to, counter. I wanted to sway all of my options and basically get the best I could. So, even if it's just Maiden, which I always look at as a defensive card, where basically I could put it on the board and I could stall a little bit. Because unless my opponent can get over the Maiden and the Blue Eyes that comes out, I know it's not a Blue Eyes, trust me, I know it's not a Blue Eyes. Unless they can get over this, they're not going to want to attack into that. So you can force out Utopia to Lightning. And forcing out Utopia to Lightning, especially, when they go for Utopia, because now this version's running a certain trap card, if you get lucky enough, obviously. I'm not always going to count on that, but I just wanted to bring it up. So, Maiden's just one of those things to me that plays off good defense, and it's just like a fallback plan for when everything else fails. So let's talk about the other elephant in the room, which is probably this guy here. Ryu is, harder to bring out than he ever was because it takes more time. That's okay. Because the consistency of the deck is your number one most important thing right now. And you can make him off skill charge, or you can just make him off by going into Spirit Dragon, sitting on Spirit Dragon, or tripping out to Michael, and then have Gospel and Graveyard. I call it Gospel, it's Return of the Dragon Lords, and then make it the following turn. Especially with Maiden, or if you guys are running Effect Veller, you have that flexibility of doing it. Some people prefer Effect Veller over Maiden. That's perfectly fine. I always talk about preference, and I will have a special Let's Talk video on an upcoming Friday talking about that. So, just one of those things. But what I want to really get knee-deep into is not this whole, crap. Not to call it crap. But I don't really think we need to talk too much about that. What we need to talk about is these bad boys. Everything you can do with these. How to get to these. And it's pretty damn easy now. Because you have the Sage Knight, alternative combo. I'm going to search, and then I'm going to special, take out a card on the board, synchro out these two into the white spirit, the blue-eye spirit dragon, tribute it off, go for Azurai Silver Dragon. See, you just made an Azurai so easily. And then you're going to bring back a Blue Eyes. But Ryu, that's slow if I bring back a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Dude, that's so fucking slow. But you have alternative. So you play that next alternative, and then boom, we're in the rank 8s, baby. It's that easy. It seems a little more complicated than it is, but you see throughout the dual videos that are coming up that these combos actually go pretty quick because of how fast the deck is. And that's what it comes down to, is the structuring of the deck. So if I start with a bad hand, and I will be showing this in the end of the video, if I start with a bad hand and I have like Dragon Shrine, and I have a revival card, or I just have Trade-In, I could either send a level 8 to the graveyard for, the revival card, or if it's Trade-In, I'm going to basically just send a White Stone, get Blue Eyes to hand, and then draw 2 from there. That's pretty much what I want to do. The reason I do it that way instead of just saying a Blue Eyes and a Blue Eyes and a White Stone is mainly because I need that other one for alternative, so if I draw it with alternative, obviously it's going to be good. That's definitely something. This changes the game for us Dragon players, just across the board. If you're not realizing it, when they solemn you, you can banish this, protect your Dragon, and just won't get like your Ozurize effect or whatnot, but that doesn't matter. It's going to stay on the board, and you still have field presence. Keep that in mind. There's a Cypher Lord Omega loop that it works better with the field card in a different variant of Blue Eyes, which I'll probably post up too. Where basically you go for Spirit Dragon, and you go tribute the Spirit Dragon, go into like the Moonlight Michael, whatever your preference is. Ancient Fairy Dragon's also good. Go into that, and if you have the field, then you're gonna have the Maiden, and then basically go for Cypher Lord Omega, constantly putting this back in, and then constantly keeping a dragon on the board. Especially when you're giving resources to make a Twin Burst Dragon, you definitely want that. So that's not something I feature in my deck, but that's something that you could actually go with, and I have done in the past, so I wanted to mention that to you guys, because it is a thing. So this is probably the most important card of the entire deck. I know, it's crazy, right? Because I wasn't running it for the longest of time. You go through your cards so fast, you need to have a backup plan. This is one of the backup plans. Main is another backup plan, so it's like having 4 cards. 1 in 10 cards is a backup plan for me to either slow down the game or to put stuff back onto the board. Now, you can count Gospel as a big one. You can count Silver Sky as a good one. I count Silver Sky as a good one because mainly I want to bring out White Spirit Dragon with this, and that's pretty much why I'm running 2. Let's talk about that too real quick. That ratio of 2, because I know some people are going to be like, I only run 1. The reason you should run 2, White Stones. End phase effects, bring it out, and then you could Silver Scry this on your opponent's turn, and it's like having an MST for no cost, and also putting a monster on the board. Even though he only has 2500, it's another level 8 to run as well, so that means your trade-ins are that less dead. I wouldn't want to send my alternative dragon with trade-in unless I really have to. I'm going to want to send something that I don't mind, utilizing later. I don't want to send the Blue Eyes all the time, because I need that for my alternative. So that's just something to keep in mind for you guys. I'm just trying to make sure there's anything else. This card here, and just go over it real quick. You should always run it if you're running competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it does not matter. You can just make your special summons and flip it up, and then your opponent has to basically get over it. So it's like also another kind of stall card while also stopping your opponent from making a play. So like that is not going to work, but you get the point. So let's talk about a super duper fun combo you can do off skill charge, which is this, and of course the crystal wing. You could build to these, which I actually did in a dual video, or you could skill charge. Now if you bring this out and you skill charge for these, I go for 4 monsters. No monster effect, no traps, no spells. You could suck up a spell, you can nullify a trap, monster effect, or spell, and you can nullify monster effects. 2 of these are protected by the Return of the Dragon Lords. That's pretty dank. When you have a Crystal Wing Synchro in the graveyard that you summoned completely out the right way, then you can easily go into Return of the Dragon Lords and revive it. Can't do it with Michael, can't do it with Moonlight, but you can do it with this. Let me show you some test hands. So I have the deck shuffled up. I'm going to shuffle again, but just to show you there's no basically bullshit of basically, you know, me stacking. Alright, so this is how I shuffle in general. Some people don't shuffle that way, some people choose power shuffle, whatever it is, right? Whatever your preference is. You should always, you know, power shuffle after or whatnot. So this is the extra deck over here in black sleeves, main deck in blue. So you know there's no cutaway bullshit, there's none of that. So we're going to just draw the cards, and hopefully we get actual decent hands, and this doesn't act like Yugioh Pro. Look at that, it's not acting like Yugioh Pro. So we're going to go off the assumption I'm going second, because when I see Twin Twister, I prefer to go second. So, the first thing I should do here is go for Sage. Now, why go for Sage and not Blue Eyes? Because I can go for a tuner out of the deck, and then it's one less card out of my deck when I play the trade-in. That's just preference there, right? So we go for that. It doesn't get Rage Stomped because it's a level 1-0 attack point monster. If they're dumb enough to Solemn Strike it or something, that's one less card to worry about, and then you still have the trade-in to draw off of. Now, let's say that situation happened. I'm drawing into these two. Not the greatest, but I can play Twin Twist, get rid of 2, send him, play Silver Strike, get rid of a 3rd. So if there's 4 back row, I just took out all 4. If there's 5 back row, well, I took out most of it. So that's something to think about right there. Play into that situation, but we're not going to play into that situation. We're going to play into the Sage situation as well. I'm going to go for this guy here because really, I don't really need to go for Whitestone at the moment. So let's go for the triple cut, because the triple cut's a thing. And now I'm going to play Cards Consequence. So I play Cards Consequence, he's in the graveyard now, and I have a monster on the board I can't really make use of. There's Vanity's Emptiness. Cool. Play Trade-In, right? 2 more cards into my hand. Hello, Alternative. Hello, Melody of Awakening Dragon. I'm going to get rid of that stone, go for 2 more, right? My opponent's probably like, fuck me at this point. Like, I gotta deal with all this shit right now. This is ridiculous. So, I don't really need to resolve the Whitestone's end phase effect, to be completely fair. I kind of want to save the Raigeki for a later time. So, what I would probably do is, I banish out, because there's 2 stones in there, I banish out 1 for Blue Eyes back to hand. Then play Twin Twist. Hit back row. Go for Summon. Get rid of a monster on the board. Obviously sync out because none of that could do damage. Go for Spirit Dragon. 4 cards in hand, Spirit Dragon to board. Set 2, 1 for bait, 1 for vanities. I'm in a pretty good situation. My opponent goes for, you know, something I see a rank 4, tribute out, burn out Ajuraz. He goes for Utopia, flip up Emptiness. You know, if I like see it coming, just go for Emptiness at that point. Let's go into the next. I just drew 2. That's my fuck up. Upstart Goblin. Still drawing 2. Trade-in. Remember what I said in the beginning of the combo? I'm going to special the Alternative. Obviously, I'm going to get my standbys effect that I wasn't even paying any mind to. Now I can make a rank 8. We'll do that momentarily. Play the trade-in. Draw 2. Hello, Melody number 2. Get freaking Blue Eyes and an Alternative to hand, because they're still in the deck. Look at that. That is just beautiful right now. That is fucking beautiful. So, play Raigeki, because I'm looking to end the game. If there's no back row, flip him in attack mode, win game. If there is back row, go into, let's say, number 23. Why not? Number 23 is good. And then punch it for damage. Let me basically just pick these up, do this, which I normally do, to kind of stack everything in a sense, right? And we'll do another test hand just to make sure. Test hands, combo guide. I'm not just going to give you a combo guide. I'm going to give you test hands and a combo guide. If I got the deck on hand, why am I just going to give you a combo guide? That's kind of silly. I just had to say it. I'm not even going to do no cutaways, no edits for this part, because I want you guys to see the raw, no bullshit. See, there's your bottom card. There's a good chance you're going to see a Dragon Shrine, hopefully. This is what I was talking about. Hand's kind of dead, but I got Maiden. I can make a play off of her. Got a second Maiden. I can make Twin Twist play off of her if I need to. Throw her to board, hope for the best, end turn. Dragon Shrine, this is what I was talking about. Send Dragon Shrine, send the Whitestone, get the Blue Eyes, Hi alternative, how are you doing? Now you can come to board. Now you can play. Now you play the... We'll just throw Maiden in the fucking trash. Sorry. Is what it is, right? Hello, board setup. Take out Monster. Go into Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon goes for Michael this time. But Ryu, there's no gospel. Okay, let's play off the situation. I'm not going to use skill charge. Michael would be sent to hell. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just playing out the situation. Don't do that. Play the skill charge. I know it's extremely early to play skill charge. Trust me, I'm well aware. But the payoff is going to be fantastic because we're going to get Crystal Wing. And when an opponent uses something, we're going to tribute, go for Roger Eyes. This sets up protection until I can get into my card. And it sets up bringing back a dragon, which there's none in there right now. That's okay. I just stopped the warning. Now I just have a big 3,000 big bootios and a big 3,000 offenser. Hi Melody. Open combo. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do one more test hand, just to prove a point. I could sit here and do test hands as a test hand video. This is, like I said, and I'm confident in saying this, after like 45 games, which is 3 matches each, keep that in mind, I really haven't run into any dead draws, because when I do run into dead draws, I would see Maiden. Let's do the Mikey trick, the one on the bottom. The one on the bottom is a Sage Knight that could have been a good guard, to say the least. I think I still have something in my main deck that doesn't belong there. Just for reference purposes, don't allow that to yourself. This is a pretty damn good hand because, hello, draw power. How are you? Let's go first this time. People are probably screaming at me. I can still work with that because I have Return of the Dragon Lords, but I'm not going to make that play. I'm just going to set these two and end turn. When they make play, punish. See what I draw into. High cards Council. See, this is getting kind of dead. Go for Silver Scry. Swing for 3,000 and put a Blue Eyes on the board. Hi, trade-in. Play trade-in. Draw 2. Get Return of the Dragon Lords. Pop 1. Then make Make Dark Matter, right? Do the whole Dark Matter thing. Which, guys, it's there. Relax. I'm just being lazy about it to speed it up. Then we're going to let's send an alternative. Let's send the White Stone. And let's send us a Dragon Spirit, right? Now, why these 3? Well, I need a level 8 in the grave I can bring back. It could be alternative, it could be white. Don't really matter. So I can use trading. Get that out of my hand. Go to the next 2. Hi, Sage. I don't believe I normal summon, so if I did, we do this the following turn. Just stick with me. And we'll just say we didn't, we didn't do that. Cards Constituents. 2 of the hands. Not half bad. Next turn I can bring the Blue Eyes back. That's pretty much dead on the board, but that's okay. And it's pretty good. Because you can make plays off of that. Now, from this hand alone, I can go Sage into Maiden. Sage into another, little Dragon Tuner. And then send it to the grave. I'm going to do one more. Because I want to prove a point. And when I say it's good, I mean it's good because I tested IRL. I don't test Yugioh Pro. I'm sorry I'm offending people. I try to test IRL when I can. Sometimes, obviously, inevitable, you're going to have to test on Yugioh Pro. Alright. Sage, cards of consequence, trade in, Dragon Spirits, Solemn Warning. Sage into the, let's just say, for argument's sake, we're going to go into, where is he? There he is. White Stone of Legend. The only one rerun. Cards of consequence. 2 cards. Blue Eyes to hand. Look at this already. Now if my opponent, I believe I went first. If I'm -1 search, yeah, I went first. So I don't have to worry about back row at this point. Cards of consequence. I'm going to throw them in the grave anyway. Draw 2. Reveal alternative dragon because Blue Eyes in hand, so then I can use Blue Eyes with trading. Draw 2. I sacked. You guys saw me shuffle. Draw 2. Needless to say, it's kind of ridiculous. Go for Spirit Dragon. Tribute Spirit Dragon. Depending on matchup, I'm just going to go for Michael. Go for Gospel, Return of the Dragon Lords. Let's bring back Blue Eyes, just so we have a Return of the Dragon Lords engraved. You get to mill 3. And then you get an end phase effect. And you banish out the Return of the Dragon Lords. So I'll put another Blue Eyes on the board, or a White Spirit. I'll have a Michael. Well, this will obviously will probably be set. And then I can warning anything that comes out, banish out a back row. Let's just keep playing into it. See how well it goes. Okay, I don't have the Dragon Spirit because I already used it. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. Same way I cut everything, just saying. It's like I cut my bread. Twin Twist. Twin Twist, Michael, Gospel. Take out 4 back row. Guys, that has been the combo guide with basically the test hand. So that way you can see for yourself, it's consistent. If you run into any inconsistencies and you're on Yugioh Pro, you can officially blame Yugioh Pro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one as always. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe for more. Until next time, peace.